Hi everyone. So in this video, we're going to add our titles, but we're going to want it to display either sales or net profit depending on which button we have selected. So to do that, we need to conditionally format the titles. So let's just work on our first chart. If we click into it and go to our Format Visual and General tab, we'll turn on our title. And then let's just click the drop down. Now beside text, you'll see an FX button, and if we hover over it, this shows that it is conditional formatting. So if we just click this, and we'll keep it as field value, but then now we want to show the control. So it's under the table that we created. We just click control. Then if we select OK, we just want to change the text color to be our 10% darker. And then I'm going to also just center it. And then what we can also do is add a subtitle. And we can make it, we can make all of our titles 12. So I'll just change the size of our main title to 12 and our subtitle. So subtitle I'll also just center and change the color to be the same. But what I'm going to write here is by product line. And then that's what's going to show up in below either net profit or sales. So I must have different font. Segu UI. Yep. So let's just make them both the same because it just looks different. Yep. Okay, and then it's going to show a proper title now, and then if we, while holding control, just click sales, this is going to change then to show sales. Okay, and then we can do the same now for each chart. So under format your visual again, just general, we'll just turn on our title here. And then we'll just add in our conditional formatting again to be our control. And I'm just going to make it 12, the white color and centered. And then for our subtitle, it's going to be by cost of sale. Oh, I've got too much here. Oh, what happened? We'll just Control and Z that. So back to our subtitle. I'm just going to say by cost of sale. I'll make it 12 and our same font, center, and just white. I also want to add an x-axis here just to show that this is what is the cost. Otherwise it might be a little confusing. So just on our x-axis we'll just turn on a title and it's going to say cost. We'll just change the font of it. Yeah, we can show it like that. Okay, then onto our next chart. Just repeat the process. And then we'll just center it. And this one's going to say by customer country. And then I'll just center it again and change the color. And then our final one. So this is looking a little bit cramped. So we might want to remove the legend. So what we can actually do is under our, if we click into it and format your visual, under our detail labels, you can see there's an option that says label contents. So we could actually show the category and the data value, or we could show all detail labels where it will show the percent as well. So I'll just show the category and data value. And then we can remove our legend by just switching it to off. And now we'll add our title. Which will be our control. centered, and then our subtitle by office. I'll just make it 12 and then 10. And yep, just our color change. Okay, so that is it. So let's just, while holding control, you can just flick between our buttons and you can see it all changes to sales now from net profit. Apart from these right three charts, but we don't want these to change, as you know. Okay, so now we can add in a title as well. I'm just going to insert a text box for that. So we can just make it a bit bigger and bring it up. You may struggle to move it. It's easier just to hold the more options while you're moving it. And then we can align it to the left of our chart and then just make it smaller and line it up with our buttons. I'll keep it the same size as our top left chart actually. And then from here we can just insert some text. So I'm going to write classic models. And then a separator on our keyboard, which is just above our enter, and then sales dashboard. And then we can make this a bit bigger if we want. We could go 14, for example. Okay, and we can change our background color of this by just clicking into it and then under format, effects, and we can set our background to be the same as our charts, which is our rectangle shapes. So I'll just copy and paste this in. And then we also just need to then change our font. So for classic models and the separator, I'll just make the font color the white 10% darker. And then for the sales dashboard, I'm going to go with this teal color. Okay, and then I might just move our net profit button over to the right hand side a bit just to separate them. And even we can highlight all our charts. Looks like there's a little bit of a gap here. We could just move them all down a little bit if we like as well, just to center it a bit. Okay, so in the next video we'll start working on our decomposition tree. So I'll see you there.